Hi guys, it's Stacy. Tonight we're actually going to do a tutorial video. I have a couple of friends who have asked me over actually the last 2 weeks or so if I could either tell them how or teach them how to use Bare Minerals because they know that that's the only thing that I use on my face. I'm actually just going to kind of go over the basics of the makeup tonight, tell you a little pro con type thing, show you what comes in the starter kit, and just kind of get you on your way. I know going into the store, especially when you're trying out a new makeup that you really don't know a whole lot about, it can be kind of intimidating, mainly because the salespeople will push you into it. So I'll actually walk through and tell you what you need to know if you're going to go ahead and buy the makeup. Now, the first thing I will tell you, for me, this is not for everyone. The makeup is made out of natural ingredients, minerals that you find, you know, in the earth, if you will. It's not made up with a lot of talc or anything that's really going to irritate your skin. With that being said, there is one ingredient, one mineral in the makeup that does sometimes cause a little minor skin irritation in some people, and it's called bismuth oxide. And it does cause my skin sometimes to get a little itchy, usually in the summer. To me, it's not bad enough to stop using the makeup because I love the makeup. And the only time I really get itchy is, like I said, during the summer and only like right around here on my neck. Everywhere else on my face is fine. So, like I said, with that being said, it's totally worth it to me to get over it and be able to use the makeup. So, the very first thing you do, or at least what I do, this does not come in the kit. This was a sample that I got from their website when I did an order, but you can buy a bigger bottle. It's their Prime Time Face Primer. And what it does is it's clear. I'll go ahead and I have makeup on already, but I'm going to go ahead and just do this over the makeup I have on just to show you. You can't really see it, but it does come out of the bottle clear, and you literally only need a tiny bit. So you put it on wherever you have dry skin. For me, it's always this area right here next to my nose and down by my chin. And you put it on. Make sure you put it in really well. Like I said, you don't need a lot of it. And wait for it to dry. Now, the first thing I'm going to use is the foundation. I don't have any of the Bare Minerals concealer. It doesn't come in the starter kit, and I use another type of concealer only because the powder concealer doesn't really cover that well for me. So the first thing I'm going to use is the actual foundation. This is the pot right here. I'm medium. This is not the size that comes in the trial set. It's a little smaller. This is the regular size. It's about this size with the trial, but I think you get 2, maybe 3. Now, I usually use the matte foundation, but last time I went, they were out, so I had to get the original, which is fine because it's not summer. It comes in 2 different finishes. They have the original, which is this. It's also called the Original Glow, and then they have matte. I usually like the matte. Most people with oily skin will agree with me that the Original Glow by midday makes you look shiny as all hell. It's awful. So, with that being said, right now I'm using the original only because this is all they had, which it's fine. It usually only happens with me during the summer, so right now I can deal. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put on the foundation. I use a Sephora mineral powder brush, if you can read that. So, it's mineral powder. And it looks like this. The bristles, when you buy it, are actually white on the end, but because I've used it now, they're pretty tan. So first what you do is you open the pot. Here's the top. My top's kind of dirty. That's not loose makeup. For some reason, it's just been buffed into the top. And so there's the makeup. See, it's got a little sifter, and you can open and close that sifter so it doesn't get everywhere just in case this were to come off. So what you do is you take a tiny bit. Oh, wait, that's way too much. And when I say tiny to start out with, if you can tell what's in there, tiny. You can't really see because the top's all messed up. Tiny bit. And you take your brush and you swirl it into the cap, and you try and get into the corners, and then you take it and you tap it, and you'll be able to see some of the makeup flying off the brush. You don't want to be able to see any makeup, especially if you do that. You want it all to be tucked away into the brush. So then you take it and you start out here. I always start on the right side of my face for some reason. You start out here and you slowly buff, just like this. You don't want to hold it too tight like you're scrunching. You just hold it kind of far away and lightly, like you are kissing your skin with the brush. You lightly buff over the skin, and you want to do it that way because you don't want to put too much on at once, because what happens is you will do it once and it won't look like it's covering, and you'll go to get more, and by the time you look up, it's blended into your skin and it looks perfect. So if you put on too much at once, it's going to look very caked on. So I usually add a little bit more under here, so I'll probably go back into my pot. Like I said, I'm wearing makeup, so I don't need to do this. But what I usually would do would be to cover my concealer with a little more foundation here, and you just keep buffing. And if you have to go back, if it doesn't look like it's covering anymore, you go back, get some more, tap it, and keep going. And you just keep buffing out until you're satisfied with the results. And like I said, if you aren't too sure, do little bits at a time. Wait, let it set, go do something else for a minute, come back, and you'll be able to tell the difference. So you do that all over your face. Don't forget to blend your neck, because I do see a lot of girls that tend to use this product, stop right here with the blending, and they don't go any further, and they have that awful line because they don't buy the right color. Mine, I don't really have to do it because this color matches my skin perfectly. So the next thing that the kit comes with is a tiny little pot of a dark brown bronzer, and this is the top. This is the exact one that comes in the trial kit. I rarely ever use it, so I have a ton, but some people love it. It's called Warmth. It's actually one of their bronzers. It's just their best seller, so they put it in the kit because it's an all over, every skin tone, all year long type bronzer. And like I said, I don't really use it that much, only because I'd rather use a blush. It's during the summer I'll use this. So once again, you take a tiny little bit in the cap. It looks like there's more in there, but there's not. And the brush I use for this is the Fast and Flawless blending brush. Just a tiny little brush. Blend into your brush. Tap it. And then there's two different ways you can do this. You can either do the regular way where you just buff it right into your cheekbone, or you do the E3 method, which is you do a 3 and an E. And you just do it a couple of times. So you want to highlight your temple, your cheekbone, and then that contour line right under your chin to kind of give it a little shadow. So if you have to do it a couple of times, go ahead. This brush is kind of small. I like to do the E with the little brush only because it doesn't put so much on where you could see it. So it blends really well. So you go ahead and do that to your desired effect. Now another thing you can do, which I will show you, is their blush, which my favorite one, and they sell it at the store. Some of the things, especially if you order it online or from Sephora, they're limited time products, especially for certain times of the year. One of the products I have was just for Valentine's Day, and they don't sell it any other time. And I love it, and I rarely use it because I'm so afraid I'm going to run out and they won't have it. But this one is Glee Radiance. I know for some reason my camera, you can't really tell tonight. But it's a pretty, just a blush pink. I'll put a lot in the cap so you can see the color, and it's pretty shimmery. So there's the color. It's kind of, looks almost a purpley. It's awful tonight with my camera. And so the brush that I use for the blush is the Face Shaping V brush, and this is what it looks like. And so the same thing, oh, that's way too much. Same thing. Take it, swirl it around, tap it, and then with this brush, all you have to do is go right over that cheekbone. I like to kind of smile, get it right on my apples, and blend. Perfect brush for any kind of blush or contour or highlighting powder, anything you want to put on your cheeks. This also, of course, does not come with the sample kit. The sample kit comes with, I think, like I said, it was 2 foundations, the Warmth bronzer. It comes with the Fast and Flawless blending brush, but I think the one it comes with is this little tiny one. It's called the Full Flawless Face. So the blending brush I had, obviously, is a little skinnier. So this is what comes with the kit. It's kind of short, too. It's just a little stubby brush, if you can see the difference. And then it comes with a mineral veil, which we'll go over in a second, and I think it just comes with like a demo CD or a DVD to watch, but I think that's it for the makeup. I don't think it comes with the primer, and I know it doesn't come with any shadows or anything. Now the next thing we're going to go over, which is going to be the last thing, is the mineral veil. which is this. I'm sorry, my tops are so dirty. So the Mineral Veil is a finishing powder. It's a soft focus blending powder. And what I like to call it is the dream sequence powder. Any of you girls that have ever watched any kind of soap opera knows exactly what I'm talking about with that blurry, soft focus lens they do for the dream sequence. This is what it does for your skin. So you only need a tiny bit. It's kind of it's not clear, but it's a light powder. If you can barely see it in there, and you only need a tiny bit. And so I'm going to go back with that brush, blend it in, and you can use a lot of this stuff because you won't see it, and this is exactly why I'm almost out. So I'm just going to use a little just to show you. You won't be able to see it on my camera because my camera's awful, but you can just kind of loosely go over everything. And like I said, you don't want to press too hard because you're going to mess up your blush, you're going to mess up everything else that you have on your face. So you just kind of blend it in, very soft. And we're going to go ahead and wrap it up because that's it, guys. If you have any other questions for me about the makeup, about how to use it, any kind of comments on it, just let me know. So until next time, bye.